I slept from, it was about 7 or 8 o'clock till now. So we're talking about fresh coffee. Oh, the light's a little weird. Fresh coffee. We're talking about sleep. We're talking about K3. And we're talking about all of that. Now we have fresh coffee, and I've talked about this before. This is our brand, Molly Dog Coffee, based on our dog, Molly, who's a black lab. This is all whole bean. This is a pound for $30. Free shipping to your home. Now, it's going to be fresh because right when we roast, we send it to you. We don't have any grocery stores to deal with. So that's why in the grocery store, the coffee there is stale because it's been sitting for longer than 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to get all the antioxidants in your coffee. I'm still a little tired, but that's why when you get up, what you want to do is drink water because when you're sleeping all day, you're going 8 or so hours without water. So you want to wake up that brain. Now, a lot of people don't even drink water. They drink like sugar water, which is some of the coffee they're getting, or they're drinking fruit juice, which is again sugar, and they're not unlocking their K3, which we talked about, which is in your ankle. And that is very important because then that's going to hydrate your whole body. If you're not pressing on that, you're not hydrating your whole body. You're keeping your energy locked in your ankle, and then it's not flushing out your system. So we're going to make some bullet coffee this morning, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's get some fresh beans out of here. There's our. Still smells good because again, right when we roast, we send to you. Let's see, I gotta get this. So you do want whole bean. We do have browns and stuff. It's gonna be fresher if you do whole bean. And I know people right when they get up, they reach for their coffee or the K cup because they're too tired to put some beans and grind some beans. But you can make your own K cup with a little piece of plastic you can buy for like $10. So I put it in this thing. Yes, you can like hand grind it. We have a hand grinder. It just takes forever. So what I do is I do this. And there you go. There's fresh beans. You think like, oh, the store, you're gonna smell it. You go to the store and you get whole beans and stuff from like a local roaster, and it says roasted, a few days ago, but most likely it took a while to get to the grocery store. So there's what our beans look like yesterday. Clear it out. So again, that's why people aren't sleeping. They're not hitting their K3 and they're not putting more hydrate, like cool, like water, proteins in their body, so they're not falling asleep. That's why. So when they get up, they're not grabbing a cup of water to drink, which I am. I don't know where my water is up here. You want to hydrate. Hydrate. That's why people might wake up like a headache. They're not hydrating enough and they're drinking too much sugar, which is depleting their body of water, which happened to me in 2023. I was out in the sun, I was going in the hot tub, I knew nothing about sort of health, and then I had to educate myself. Okay, why did I crash in 2023? Well, that's why. I wasn't hydrating enough. We didn't have fresh coffee at that time. So I crashed. I only do these little lives for about 10-15 minutes just to say what's up. It's 6 minutes in. Start doing some drawing lives. And then I take fresh water and I fill it up. And I know other companies will claim we have fresh coffee or whatever. And I talked to someone on Threads. She worked for Starbucks. They didn't even know where they got their beans from. Starbucks actually grows in the same area as us in Uganda, but ours is fresh and theirs has been sitting for a while, which makes it stale. And then you have to add sugar to make it taste good. So that's the biggest difference between us and Starbucks. I'm sure they grow in other areas. Doesn't really matter because they over roast and then you're left with all you need, different sugars. And I get it when I try to educate people, people get mad and they leave because they want to be right. They want to be right about what they're doing. Their diet and stuff. And I didn't say stop drinking Starbucks or anything like that. You can still have Starbucks or your sugar. This is just what I do, and I show you by example. Roast the coffee, grind the coffee, brew the coffee. And I came from like drinking a lot of grocery store stuff, just by, what looks cute, what on the cover looks good. So you buy into all of that, what it says, the type of brand or whatever. So I take coconut oil, a little coconut, and I use this bullet. What's it called? Bullet, magic bullet. This is to help you out, hopefully. So I take a little coconut. This is the reason why you do bullet coffee is so you don't have that crash. Again, the coffee from us, molly.coffee.com, is fresh, so you get the antioxidants in it. Every other company out there that says they're fresh or whatever, like that's what the owner of Starbucks said, that their coffee is fresh. Okay, but you don't even know where your beans are grown. And I have to educate someone at Starbucks like this. Like she's been doing it for 5 years. Not great. That's great. Do it for 100 years. I don't care. I've been roasting coffee. We started in January. We got coffee around like February or March. But I read and we learn about coffee and fresh coffee. So it doesn't take you 5 years to learn about that. And I'm not trying to like be like, haha, you don't know. I'm trying to say you should know. They should train you where your coffee, but it's all about the sugars and the syrups they put in and making different drinks, and that's fine. That's kind of like, like a bartender or whatever. I got just a little cream that I put in next. So coconut oil, cream, and then you're gonna do a little sugar if you want. You don't have to. So once you take fresh coffee and then you do this combination that I'm doing here, you're going to have maximum energy. You're not going to need 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, which a lot of people are drinking. And the reason why they're tired is because of that. The sugar is depleting your body of water. So you get angry. I put a little less than a tablespoon of sugar It's pretty much all the sugar I have for the day, and then any whatever happens in the food is what I consume as well. But it's mostly meat, protein, uh, water. That's it. That's all that people should be drinking, but eating. But a lot of people love, I get it. They love the ice creams and this is our reallySassyStuff.com. We have SVGs. We have coffee mugs like this. Silence is Golden is my favorite because no one wants to be talked at early in the morning. It's for if someone came in here and started talking, I'd be like, not right now. Anyways, that's a stainless steel. I think it's like 50 free shipping, and that's going to keep your coffee hot. So, and it's not going to, this isn't just a sticker, this is engraved on there. So you're good for, I think, forever. So you spend 50, but you get something that's going to keep your coffee hot for so long, which people want now. We have ceramic. We're going to do more of those types of coffees, coffee cups, and then it's just got that as your top. So people think, oh, why do you have the flip top? Well, it's like going to slowly leak out. Where if you always open up that lid, it's going to let out more. So reallySassyStuff.com is our website. Over 7,000 sales. All right, here we go. We're gonna blend it up, blend up the coffee. Like I said, I do these lives pretty quick. I don't sit here for a half hour, maybe 10 or 15 minutes just to say what's up. It's a Monday morning. I'm sure you guys are exhausted. You probably watch this on a replay, but then you'll get the information of, oh, that's how you make a bullet coffee. So yes, if you keep your body more cool throughout the day, more water and protein than you do with the heat, which is carbohydrates and sugars, fruit juices, coffee with a lot of sugar in it, you will sleep, but you got to hit your K3 in your ankle. That's going to help you yawn, and that's going to unlock your kidneys. What I've been doing is working on the solar plexus, which is the stomach. So I've been playing a lot of that music that make me happier. I played that yesterday, so I feel a little bit better today. I wasn't feeling the best last night, but now I feel ready to rock and roll, especially with the coffee. So once you do all that and add just water to your body, your skin's gonna start getting better. You're gonna get more muscular. You're gonna have more energy because your body is cool now. You're not gonna be so angry. Okay, we're gonna blend this up, and then we'll pour it. Again, you don't need coffee to function. If you can just do water and cool out your system, you don't even need coffee. So I'm not saying buy coffee from us, but we do have the freshest stuff. MollyDogCoffee.com, reallySassyStuff.com. And it's going to be frothy. That's kind of what bullet coffee is going to look like. I don't know if you can see that. But it's frothy because you have a little bit of coconut and cream in there, little sugar, and then coffee. So it's not gonna. Our coffee is gonna taste like coffee, where other brands are gonna taste like synthetic, like hazelnut doesn't exist. All the flavor comes from the ground, which is where we get the flavor. Like Uganda, which we have, is amazing, and that's grown on Sippy Falls, East Africa, 328 feet in the air. On 3 waterfalls, a dormant volcano, so that's grown from the earth. The cherries come up from there. And then we don't spray our beans, it's just that's the flavor you're getting. So Like once we started roasting, I was like, wow, this is completely different than what I'm used to. So I got to stick with it and educate people about it. The problem with education is there's all this blowback now, especially when everyone's loaded with sugar, you know. So I had a friend who drank or ate a lot of sugar and pancakes and put a lot of syrup on his stuff and very angry, very, you know, he would just didn't want to talk to. I guess I don't know. I would text him when it texted me. Then when he would text me, I was supposed to text him immediately. There we go. That's it. Now you're not going to taste a lot of the with corporate coffee. You're going to taste more of the synthetic. You're not going to taste that, so it's going to be smoother on your throat. Now, if you get dry mouth, that means you're drinking not with us, but with other coffee. You're drinking stale coffee. What happens is the oils of the bean, uh, it's gone after. So you have 2 weeks for the coffee to be the freshest. So you still might get the antioxidants as you lead into week 3 and 4 and things like that. But the coffee or the bean, it's basically the the air is trying to get in CO2. The bean is giving off CO2, and the air is trying to get into, or the oxygen is trying to get into the bean, right? So it's then going to be drying out the bean, and it's taking all the coating of the bean, right? So that's why you get dry mouth. Because now that bean is stale, so now it doesn't coat your throat, so it leaves your mouth dry and it leaves your body dry. That's why I do bullet coffee, so I don't get, not that I don't get dry, I get the energy too. I don't get crash, I don't get heartburn, but that's what's happening with stale coffee or dry coffee. People's like, why is coffee leaving me dry? That's why. That's just the truth about coffee, after so many weeks. But, a lot of these businesses want to say this is fresh coffee, even over on like, you know, the big chain that you buy from, and you get free shipping if you spend 100 and something bucks a year. So that's it for me. I went over my time, 17 minutes, but I hope you're well. I'm going to sit here and drink my coffee. It is, like I said, you saw the time, 4 o'clock in the morning. My energy is good. I'm rehydrating my body. That's what you want to do in the morning. You know, you want to hit your K3 on your foot. I'm educating people how to sleep because in 2023, we're going in the hot tub and not drinking enough water and drinking mostly, you know, not our own coffee. So drying out my insides and Coca-Cola, things with sugar and stuff in it. So that's what happened. And I was in the sun a lot. So I tell people, no, you don't want to be in the sun. That's heat. That's any more heat. Same with going in the hot tub. I seen this video. This guy goes up to other people, pretends he knows them. It's pretty funny. Uh, and he went up to this guy. This guy was burnt. He was so burnt. And he wasn't drinking. He was just like relaxing. He was so like not burnt, but he was tan, right? Really tan. And I'm tan because I'm Polish, French and Polish, right? So I'm very tan. I'm very dark. I don't need to be in the sun. This isn't even me in the sun, and I'm pretty dark, right? So he goes up to him, just starts talking to him like he knows him, but the guy's like constantly, every once in a while, does like a blink because he's dry. He's very dried out inside, so that's why his eyes are probably dry. And I used to get a lot of dry eyes. Now I don't. My skin is very vibrant from hydrating with water, but hitting that K3. Most people will just say BS on the K3, and that's fine. I feel amazing. But look into solar plexus. Solar plexus is good. That's your stomach. That's what's going to get unlocked when you hit your K3. Your kidneys and your stomach, solar plexus, so you're not going to get nervous about speaking up to people. My stomach used to shake around people, and when they would abuse me and bring me down, my stomach would do that as well. It would bubble up, and then I'd get, have to go to the bathroom or whatever. So, yes, this is all truth about, and again, I'm based on traditional Chinese medicine. The system reboot that we're talking about, and the K3 and the water, more water. No one else is teaching this. More water than, so more water and protein than sugar and carbs. Carbs are sugar, so that's what you want to do. Just do those, and then also you want to hit your K3. Rub your K3 and your, which is your kidneys, which is right behind your ankle. Rub that for 30 seconds. You're gonna yawn at night. But remember, no, I'm rubbing it right now. Remember, don't have a lot of sugar in your diet. Have more water in your diet. You're gonna be hydrated. Right now, I'm really enjoying going after the solar plexus. So look into solar plexus music after you do all this, or your root chakra. That's kind of what this is based on too. We have seven chakras. Actually, I think we have more than seven chakras in our body, but those are the seven main ones that go up from your root or your feet all the way up to your head. I might do like a full chakra restore soon as well. Anyways, we're at 20 something minutes. I'm going to try to do these every few days just to check in. You can join my Udemy course. Just search I forget what we even named it. Returning to you, I think. So if you want that, you can comment on here and I'll send you the link. But I don't promote it that much. It's going to cost you some money because, again, I need to eat as well. And we need to keep the coffee going as well. That does cost us some money each month to pay our workers and people who are, providing the beans. And I'm not going to East Africa, but eventually probably will head there. So we do have people that are growing it for us and then shipping it to us in California. So, anyways, I hope you guys are well on this Monday. Have a great day. Remember what I said. If you want to sleep and if you want to feel better today, you got to do all this stuff. You got to really work and put in the effort to get back to you. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.